Greetings, welcome to the GBC-Time channel, the gambling story you would like. Today, you will find out the history of founding of the greatest gambling city, Las Vegas, the hottest place on earth, Death Valley National Park. According to the legend, the land was part of a kingdom ruled by a powerful queen whose only goal was to outshine the Aztec Empire. The queen enslaved and sacrificed many lives, including the life of her own daughter, just to build a majestic palace that would be better than the one the Aztecs had. Drawing the last breath, the girl cursed her mother. Mother Nature heard the voice of a dying soul and raised the temperature outside so no living thing could survive. The Queen of the Valley of Death died lonely and slowly, paying for all her sins. So, the territory of the modern state of Nevada, still owned by Mexico in the early 19th century, was a desolate place, almost not suitable for habitat. The War of 1846-48, however, changed everything. After its end, the territory became part of the United States. In 1902, the Los Angeles-Salt Lake City Railroad was built. And finally, in 1905, the first train passed through the future world's largest entertainment center. Thus, the history of Las Vegas began. In 1905, Las Vegas became a key point of supply and control for Los Angeles and California as a whole. In 1905, Las Vegas was not just a major railroad station, but a gateway to the Pacific coast. It was a time when American crime families began to build their businesses and hotels here, which actually influenced the laws. For the next 40 years, the place thrived on money invested by mobsters. It has become a playground for all the crime syndicates, a place where they shared the profits, in which they used to launder their dirty money. Speaking on the crime families, at the time, one of the leaders of organized crime in the United States, Lucky Luciano, united all American mobsters of Italian descent. He was able to establish a long-term peace between all groups with a mutually beneficial agreement. When gambling became legal in 1931, the Mafia decided to invest in Las Vegas and expand into the city. Now, in addition to prostitutes and alcohol, they could organize all kinds of gambling. The first decade after legalization was just the beginning of a long and very successful period in the history of Las Vegas. In April 3, 1941, the luxury hotel casino El Rancho opened in the Las Vegas suburb, becoming the first in the area. It would later become the famous Las Vegas Strip, a 7-kilometer stretch of the boulevard where most hotels and casinos are concentrated. 6 years later, organized crime managed to overcome the resistance of local authorities and launder enough money to build a hotel casino Flamingo. It is how one of the greatest casino symbols in the history of Las Vegas was born. The Flamingo Resort Casino is the main institution in the Las Vegas Strip. It marked the beginning of an era of gambling in the city. Thanks to Mafia investment, the hotel was built in 1946 and is still in operation today. It is the last functioning hotel built before 1950. In the 1950s, Las Vegas began to attract tourists with a very unusual spectacle. Just 100 kilometers to the north, where nuclear weapons were tested, people could see nuclear mushrooms from the explosions right from the hotels in the center of Las Vegas. It has been sold, bought, and overhauled several times since 1953. Its sophistication and glitz, advertised as the most luxurious hotel in the world, attracted so much attention that it made Las Vegas an all-American entertainment center. In 1954 alone, 8 million people visited the city, spending $200 million in the city's casinos. In addition to gambling, they were lured to the city by the stars of the first magnitude, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Bing Crosby, who were touring Las Vegas. Harrah's Entertainment acquired Caesars Entertainment in 2010. The last major upgrade was in 2018, and more than $90 million were spent on renovations. Regardless of who owns it, Flamingo Casino Resort is at the heart of Las Vegas Strip history. However, none of the best online casinos in the world could match its presence. Another casino hotel that made history on the Las Vegas Strip is Caesars Palace Las Vegas. It was built in 1966 as a luxurious paradise for wealthy gentlemen. It is a massive building next to the most famous hotels casinos, Bellagio and Flamingo. Jay Serna and Stanley Mullin are the two founders of the place. Their idea was to have everything in the ancient Roman style. That's why the place is full of Roman art and architecture. The great opening of Caesar's Palace was one of a kind. There were more than 50,000 glasses of champagne, tons of filet mignon and other expensive dishes. In 1971, National Welfare Rights Organization and more than one African American organized a demonstration in front of a casino. 5 years later, in 1976, it happened again, but this time protesters blocked the entrance to the casino and caused millions of dollars in losses. The next wave of improvements came in 2005 after the same Harris Entertainment purchased Caesars Entertainment and became the new owners of the space. Riviera Las Vegas was an iconic hotel designed by renowned Miami architect Roy Franz and built in 1955. It was a grand hotel with great potential but with poor management and many internal problems. Since Riviera Las Vegas was largely owned by gangsters, problems with law enforcement used to occur on a daily basis. In 1968, they tried selling the casino to a group of wealthy bankers who owned other star casinos in Las Vegas, the Aladdin, Fremont, and Stardust casinos. But the Nevada Gaming Control Board won't let them do that. Finally, in 1973, the Riviera was bought by a Boston tourist agency for $60 million. Over the next 2 years, further improvements were made, like the Monte Carlo Tower. That's how the great and famous Las Vegas city became what it is today. If you enjoyed it and would like to see more content like this video, leave a comment below and subscribe to our channel. We will share more fascinating stories from the world of gambling.